Hello, my name is Constable David McCaig. I'm a Police Air Observer with the Police Scotland Air Support Unit based here at the Clyde Heliport in Glasgow. The Air Support Unit is operational 24 hours a day. However, we operate a two-shift system. It's an early shift which starts at 7:30 in the morning until 1500 hours in the afternoon, and a late shift from 1500 hours till midnight at night. However, the late shift are on call until 7 o'clock the following morning. My usual shift pattern is 3 early shifts followed by 3 late shifts and then followed by 3 days off. Once we start a shift, we are mostly reactive to any incidents that are ongoing. However, we do certain tasking which can involve maybe aerial photography, evidential photography, some video footage from the air also. However, most days are completely different. At the start of each shift, we basically make sure the equipment in the helicopter is working properly. We'll go through a weather brief with the pilot just to make sure the weather is suitable to fly, etc. And we get a handover from the preceding shift to see if there's any jobs ongoing. Obviously in the helicopter there is obviously specialist equipment that only we use ourselves. We use digital cameras which we check to make sure they're working each day. But other than that, most of the equipment is the same as a normal police officer, sort of radios, etc. I've been an air observer since 2011 and a full-time air observer since 2013. Any police officer can become an air observer. What happens is you have to undergo a week's evaluation to make sure that you don't get air sickness and you can read maps. Thereafter there's a 4-week air observers course, which is obviously different aspects of being an air observer. At the start of my career, I just wanted to be a police officer like every other police officer that starts, just to learn how to do the job properly and how to be a good police officer. But as you get older and progress, your path takes you in a different direction. The main challenge in Scotland is the weather. Obviously, if the clouds are too low, then we can't fly. If it's too strong a wind, there's a certain legal limit that we can only fly in. That is the main challenge within the air support. The majority of our time we're spent looking for missing persons. That is the sort of main bread and butter that we carry out on a day-to-day basis. However, there's numerous other incidents we can be involved in: search and rescue incidents, vehicle pursuits, firearms incidents, housebreakings. We can technically get sent to every single incident that's ongoing if we can be of assistance. This is the rear seat air observer. This is a seating position. The rear observer is responsible for navigating and most of the radio communications between ourselves and control rooms and officers on the ground. It's called Skyforce. It effectively is a sat-nav. We have all the addresses in Scotland. We punch in the details and it'll give us a bearing towards the location. The rear observer can also have a look at the camera. He can see what the front observer's looking at if we need to speak to each other. Whilst doing so, he can see the images that I'm looking at. Fitted to it is a video recorder, which is used, again, records all the images that are coming on the video camera, and that's normally for evidential purposes, court purposes, etc. This here is just the radio system that we use on board the aircraft. There's 4 different channels that we can monitor at any given time, also air traffic control. This here is the controller for the Night Sun. Again, it's just a joystick mechanism and it goes in all directions. We have image stabilising binoculars, which are essential, especially when the aircraft's carrying out an orbit and it's maybe getting buffeted about by the wind. We press a button, it stabilises the image and it makes the job a lot easier. We also have digital cameras that we use for taking any evidential photographs that are required. We have two different Nikon cameras. One with a longer lens, obviously, for more detailed photographs. Here we have just a series of A to Zs for covering most of Scotland. Should the sat-nav fail, then we would revert to these basically old-fashioned paper maps. And again, there's OS maps in the back here which cover the whole of Scotland. This is the front seat observer's seating position. Obviously the pilot sits to the right hand side. The front seat air observer is responsible for operating the television thermal image camera that's fitted to the aircraft, and it is operated by use of this joystick. It's a keypad. Favourite part of this job is I get to fly about Scotland on a basically a day-to-day basis. I've seen parts of Scotland I didn't even know existed before. It's a beautiful country, and it's a pleasure to do so.